any attempt to disarm the workers must be frustrated by force if necessary. This is part of his proscription in reorganizing the working class after the failed uprising of 1848 and the German liberal bourgeoisie came back into power.
Socialism
oh my
is
God.
when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.
Yo, we should watch Vince. Yo, what's up, my brothers? It's your boy.
Conscript reporting.
What is up, everybody? Yo, I think we should watch. The Vince video. I was kind of hoping you guys would show up. Oh yeah, we'll get back to seriousness. Let's have some fun real quick. So I made a video real quick. Those of you at Chapo, those of you who are not with Chapo, there's a character named Vince that we all love, and well, no, not love. I don't love or hate this guy. He spent his COVID money on a sex doll, and he films himself. He films all of his adventures with his sex doll because he went through a very messy divorce, and he went through an unbearable loneliness. And I found this guy. We've been following this guy for years, and there's something about him that I just find absolutely fascinating. He films every aspect of his life, and he films himself dancing with his sex doll. Vince is a land of contrast. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I couldn't find him losing his shit on his own stream when it was the most fucked up thing where he was giving the eulogy for his father and his love doll was holding his ashes. That was beyond fucked up. And then he started to actually freak out. There was also, I think, the story where he told about how he ran into his ex-wife at a store. And he, like, that's the most dangerous I've ever seen. And that was like legitimate, like disturbing of this dude. He's got one tooth. He's hilarious. And so I took a bunch of footage of his from his YouTube channel and I overlaid Werner Herzog over it. I've played it on this channel before. I was really hoping they would watch it, and they did, and they loved it and enjoyed it. And so this is their reaction to it. I don't think I've heard the story of seeing his. Yeah, he was like, I ran into my ex-wife at the store, and she was terrified to see me. He talked it up like he was bragging about how she was scared of him, but clearly he was Robizoid. Clearly, she was scared of him because he was an abusive asshole to her. Anyway, so I made this video for Chapo. They loved it, and I'm really, really glad they loved it. I took Werner Herzog audio from several different documentaries, mostly Grizzly Man, because it worked so perfectly. And so I thought we could go over it again. Now you guys get my commentary reacting to them.
I'm gonna come. Conscript reporting.
All right, so this is Vince again, self-proclaimed filmmaker, professional camcorder. He called himself that once. I couldn't find that clip either. I wanted to use that one. In fact, this original version was like 10, 15 minutes long, so I had to cut it down because it started to get bogged down. But anyway, we'll just get to it. So I'm really glad you guys are here. I was planning on watching this with you guys, so let's watch it again together.
Shouts out Valme.
Hi, welcome to KEP Worldwide YouTube channel. Are you curious at what we do? We do a lot of things. You want to find out?
During his last 5 years out there, he took along a video camera and
look at the chat.
Over 100 hours of footage. What he intended was to show these bears in their natural habitat.
Once the chat realizes like what's actually like what's happening, they lose their fucking minds.
Having myself filmed in the wilderness of jungle, I found that beyond a wildlife film, in his material lay dormant a story of astonishing
gold
beauty and depth.
A Juggalo mother and mother and sister.
I discovered a film of human ecstasies and darkest
Is my
inner
Juggalo
turmoil.
sister's sister?
As if there was a desire in him to leave the confinements of his humanness. He reached out, seeking a primordial encounter.
His visit to the light show is like one of his best videos, and that's why I use so much of it. Honestly, I think my favorite shot is him falling through like the wormhole, where he films himself doing it. It's so good. I love him.
Invisible borderline. With himself as the central character, he began to craft his own movie, something way beyond a wildlife film.
I shouldn't have cheered here. I regret interrupting the video But anyway, yeah, Chet is so excited that this that he watched this. Chet's just the most active I've ever seen.
Hell yeah, Velma. Thank you so much. Thank you for making this as well. Like,
Thank you.
It's so well done. I don't want to talk about it because it's so good.
With humans anymore.
So the audio was, I was told he was a taciturn man who was not much into conversation with humans anymore. And so they had the dog licking him. I had a clip here I cut. This is Vince talking to an orangutan, and then he films himself later on like on a Ferris wheel where he's talking about, oh man, that gorilla, I felt like I had a real connection with him. This was to show like his descent away from, you know, human interaction, and it really I wanted to present like this is obviously like, yeah, he's moving away from society of people, and it shows like a love doll was the inevitable choice for him, right? Because like clearly he has physical needs as a man, but also he needs to stay away from human women. So yeah, he's talking to the orangutan. He called it a gorilla. I cut it out because it was taking way too long. There was a clip of Herzog talking about how Timothy Treadwell, the original Grizzly Man, he was like, Treadwell maintained a kinship with the Society of the Bears.
He died like a dog. He died like a coward.
Thank you, Red Act, for the 50 bits. Yeah, Treadwell died like a dog. Oh, fucking dummy got eaten by a bear. The fuck was I saying? Yeah, so Vince clearly has no real like social skills as a person. I don't love him or hate him. I just found him fascinating. And it really does seem like a love doll was the inevitable outcome of this, where Trump bought him Trump bought him a doll with his COVID bucks. I also want to make sure that's clear.
It just must have taken so much time going through all of his videos.
It did.
To sync up.
This took me a couple months.
To become humble.
Couple months.
In front of this overwhelming misery and overwhelming fornication.
The way her hands are is so weird.
Overwhelming growth.
This part.
I love this shot so much.
Overwhelming lack of order. Even the stars up here in the sky look like a mess.
In his action movie mode, Bill probably did not realize that seemingly empty moments had a strange secret beauty.
I just love the chat. Everyone in the chat is just like, holy shit. I don't know. I felt so good. I've rewatched this like 3 times a day this week. I'm just so excited everyone loved it. I thought it was going to bomb. I thought they were going to hate it. You know, artists are their own worst critic, right?
Sometimes images themselves develop their own life, their own mysterious stardom.
It is a nice shot. Very bleak. I don't think he intended it to be so bleak.
Vince.
Let's see those Vinces.
Thank you, 21.
Posings, the camera was his omnipresent companion. It was his instrument to explore the wilderness.
That's what happened when he died underwater. He spawned in that chamber.
It became something more. He started to scrutinize his innermost being, his demons, his exhilarations.
Like, all this audio was so perfect. I had trouble finding the right shot for the audio because the audio is so good. This ended up being like one of my favorite shots too. It matches perfectly with Werner Herzog is saying about how the lens of a camera takes on the quality of a confessional. Mwah, just beautiful.
Facing the lens of a camera took on the quality of a confessional. Covering various years, the following samples illustrate this search for himself.
Here I wanted to use the one where he talks about his favorite Caleb, because he read the word celeb. He knew what it meant, talking about celebrities. Who's your favorite celebrity? He said the word Caleb over and over again, and it took us a while to figure out what he meant. And then he's like, Britney Spears is my favorite Caleb. Even though she's a slut, I still respect her. Oh, fuck. Vince, he's so good. I couldn't find that clip. And that's the one I wanted to use. I found this one, which was just as good. It's about how he was forced to eat Thanksgiving dinner in a different room with his love doll because he's brought his love doll to a family dinner.
Let me turn the camera around.
2003 Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
I forgive Brittany for slutting out.
To tell you guys
Every
this.
time that I bring her to my family, and the only time that they ask me to move her to another
Thank you,
room,
Mayo.
and the
It's
other
Joe.
room is actually right next to the living room.
Thank you so much. 1,000 bits. Much appreciated.
And
Go.
a little extra room
Shirt.
that my grandfather built
Conscript
years
reporting.
ago. And,
Thank you for the
I
follow,
had
Trip and
her
Stick.
sit on the
Thomas
love
Two Hands.
seat that is in the other room,
Thank you again for the bits.
while my other
Love you
family
guys.
members, they eat at the living room, watching whatever they want while eating food. And I was sitting with her at the love seat, and me and her eat together. So we watch
Good
the TV
God.
from far
Oh, they
distance
make him sit in the
while-
other room.
But he watches at an angle where he can see the TV from the other room.
As if he had become a star by virtue of his own invention.
He brings the fuck.
Like a
Yes, he does.
dog.
I too would like to step in here.
They
in
give
his
him- they feed him
defense,
scraps
not
from the
as an
table.
ecologist,
Oh, this
but
is
as
one
a
of my
filmmaker.
favorites. This.
Again, my own fuck up. I shouldn't have cheered bits here because you missed the best part of this video.
This one right
Captured
no.
such glorious
The kiss with
improvised
the dunk.
moments.
Or
He
the
posted a
headbutt.
Likes
great
of
Brad
which the
picture
studio
earlier.
directors with their
Yeah.
union
This one here.
crews can never
Oh, this is the
dream
best.
of.
Yeah, so if you missed it, his buddy Brad, that he drives like an hour out of the way to bring to his house, his buddy Brad threw a ball off his head, beamed it off his head, and into the basket in the background there. Wow, we're having a tender, loving moment between Vince and his fake rubber doll. He brought Amber to Lucas Oil Stadium. Oh my god. This is all Herzog audio. This is such a bitch to work with. So, in terms of audio, I couldn't even find anywhere of Herzog saying the word Vince. I even wanted to see if I could find the word convince, just so I could clip it. I couldn't find it. I also watched Herzog's Gorbachev documentary, hoping there would be a passing reference to Henry Kissinger, so I could clip Kissinger's name. Couldn't find it. So working with this audio was such a fucking nightmare, because I'm not an audio guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I did my best, but I still think it turned out pretty okay.
He's not just
My grizzly man
not
heads
just
out
the
there.
doll that I love. She's my best friend, and probably
Chet.
probably my soulmate. I really don't know. Who knows?
Fuck.
But I'm very happy that I have her. Because ever since the first day that I had her,
I nutted.
she's the most beautiful doll that I ever seen. And especially these eyes. And I
These
love
eyes.
those eyes.
Love those eyes. This is another reason why I stopped streaming for like a couple of weeks, because like I got obsessed with this project and I wanted to finish it.
I love you too, baby.
For this and many other reasons,
This is from his Antarctica
our
documentary.
presence on this planet does not seem to be sustainable. Our technical
You still hate it when he turns his
civilization
her head,
makes
yeah.
us particularly vulnerable. There is talk all over the scientific community about climate change.
I included the climate change clip because the music would fit perfectly, and I didn't want to cut it because it's too abrupt and jarring. But I needed to find something to do with climate change and Vince, and so him sweating his ass off in the tent was the best I could do.
Many of them agree the end of human life on
Vince
this
is such an
earth
unintentional genius with these shots.
Yeah.
It's like he's
Human
like
life is part of
he
an
subconsciously
endless chain of
knows he's doing this.
catastrophes. The
He's just
demise of the
illustrating like
dinosaurs
just
being one of these
man at
events.
his most pathetic.
We seem to be next.
I found this
Well,
video
that's why it
fascinating.
works so well with Herzog like dubs, right?
Yeah.
Someone said, can we get a link after
When
chat
we are
linked it like
gone,
12 times in a row?
what will happen thousands of years
Link.
from now in the future?
Wow, can we get a sub on chat? Damn.
Can we get some subs in
Yeah,
chat?
The alien archaeologists from another planet.
Vince is a Sigma male.
I'm gonna be getting over it.
I'm gonna be getting over it.
This coming to this house.
Yeah, so his dad died, right? This is after I think he gave the eulogy on his live stream with his love doll holding his father's ashes. And so I guess his mom sold the house, probably going to downgrade, and so he filmed all the empty rooms in the house, and so he's super sad about it. He clearly has like he's reflecting. This was a space where he grew up with, right? He was safe here, I assume. I don't know. Was his grandma's house? Oh, was it? Oh, I can't remember. Thank you so much, Unconscious Objector, for the tier 1 sub. He clearly loved this house. He had a lot, and so this meant a lot to him. And I was going to use the photo of his childhood in Grizzly Man in the documentary by Herzog. He interviews Timothy Treadwell's parents, and his mom talks about how he had like a normal childhood upbringing. And I was going to use that, but use shots of Vince's childhood photos.
There's so much memories and
so much memory. So there's the photo I was going to use, but also the other memory he uses at his grandma's house is a fake photo of his love doll girlfriend that he photoshopped to make her smiling.
Memories.
Next up.
I just wish that
Vince is so good. He makes a video like this and then he just puts the sex doll in it.
just hopefully whoever's the next person that lives here, hopefully they take
The moment he's serious for a second, you start to think about him as like, oh, this is like a human being with like hopes and dreams, and then he's like, yeah, and then I had my sex doll and I fucked her.
Hold on, let's listen to this last part of it.
Yeah, sex doll guys really do love that smile filter. Yeah, they do. I can't imagine why. Here, I really wanted this to feel like, again, that was more stuff that would have bogged it down. I really wanted this to feel like a Werner Herzog documentary, right? That's the vibe I was going for. So here, I gave Vince the last word.
I mean, getting over it. I'm just gonna miss coming.
Oh my God, we're close to a hype train, by the way. My first hype train in months.
I'm gonna come.
I just wish that it didn't have to come to this, but
So much memories.
just hopefully whoever's the next person that lives here,
Mark's daddy, thank you.
hopefully they take care of this place because this is a very special place. It's time to say goodbye. So hopefully you enjoyed this video.
I thought it was
I
a
love
good way to
this
end
because
it.
no matter where he lived, he would say that about it.
KEP Worldwide. Be good. Love one another. See you all next time.
Good advice.
Bye-bye. Peace.
Yeah. That made beautiful. Just what a work of art.
Great video. Do you think Vince has humiliation fetish too? No, he doesn't
No.
function that high.
No, he doesn't.
He's not like Outlaw.
Yeah, his brain's not. It doesn't work with that frequency.
Outlaw likes the abuse.
So yeah, I've long said that Vince has a child's brain. You know, we all know Outlaw has a dog brain. Vince has a child brain. Yeah, very proud of that. Very proud of that final product. Can we see the director's cut? I don't know. I don't know how much more Vince I can handle.